What is up, everyone? It is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. In my first book video, I read 6 psychological thriller books, but in the meantime, I have read 16 psychological thriller mystery books that I'm going to either recommend to you all or not so much do not recommend to you all to read. When I watch book videos, I really like when they give a summary, no spoilers of what the book is about, so as a viewer I can see, oh, should I read that book? Should I get that book as well? So that is what I'm going to be doing today. And definitely leave a comment down below if you have read any of these books and what your thoughts are on these books, and also if you have any book recommendations that I should read, also definitely let me know. So let's get started. So first I'm going to start off with the do not recommend to read books. This is just my opinion on these books. You might really love the book if you read it. So these were just my thoughts. So the first book in this cluster that I did not really enjoy would be After the Crash by Michael Bussey. This novel was originally written in French and then translated to English. The premise revolves around a plane crash where one small infant baby survives, but on the plane, there were 2 families that had a small baby. So with this miracle baby, the 2 families are fighting over who this child actually is. So I thought that the concept was really interesting. And then the novel goes into like a mystery, whodunit, you know, who is this child? At the end, they just introduce a character that wraps up the entire plot. And so I'm personally not a fan of that kind of storytelling. But when it's like a whodunit story, I would rather know all of the characters from the beginning and be able to maybe piece together clues, puzzle pieces to try to figure out the mystery myself while reading, rather than in books like that where the murderer or the killer or the mystery is based off of some character you didn't meet until the last 40-50 pages of the book. The next book on my do not recommend would be The Invited by Jennifer McMahon. So this novel is about a young couple. They move onto this piece of land and they want to build their own house, and they're really interested in learning about the history of this piece of land that they bought. Just in the town, there are rumors that this piece of land is haunted because back in the day they killed a woman on this land for being a witch. The wife in this novel is very interested in the history, and so she starts to bring local pieces of the history from back in the day to be built into the house. And so I thought that plot would be so interesting, like so spooky. That is very fascinating. What is going to happen when her and her husband are building this house, basically like a beacon to attract supernatural things? That was not really what the plot ended up being about. For me, this plot just felt very long, drawn out, and there wasn't really like a main focal point that you're working towards in a book. I don't know, I felt like the story could have gone in so many interesting ways rather than, okay, I'm a helpful ghost, I will help you. On my do not recommend would be The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. On this woman's 25th birthday, she gets a deed to a really big house, a mansion. She has come into a lot of wealth if she does sell this house, and this is mysterious because she supposedly has 2 older siblings. They didn't come and take the house on their birthdays, and so this woman was actually adopted as a child because her family, they all disappeared or they might be dead. So I don't know, the family upstairs, I thought, okay, she would get the house and there would be like creepy people living living upstairs because this house has been abandoned for 25 years and then now she is claiming it. So I thought, oh, maybe, you know, squatters or something are up there and some drama is going to happen with that. But it was more of like a family dynamic book, sort of more about the mystery of this house, and her background and her birth is more of the mystery. So maybe I was just confused from reading, you know, the little inside flap summary of the book, but I was sort of expecting something different from reading the book. And finally, the last book of the 16 books that I read that I do not really recommend is The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. And so I actually also read a different Lucy Foley book that's in my recommend category, so I would recommend you read that one. This one and the other Lucy Foley book that I read are very, very similar in the fact that they're both about like this group of friends that are coming together. The other one is for a wedding. This is for a winter New Year's trip together, and then one person mysteriously dies. It goes through the different viewpoints of the people there to try to like uncover the secrets, find the killer, stuff like that. However, I would say for The Hunting Party, I didn't really like it as much because I felt like it just talked so much in vague senses. So you have the different characters and they all have these secrets, and then every single chapter it's like, oh my gosh, this person has a secret. So it's like all of the secrets are revealed, but in like the last 50 pages of the book. So I just wished it like would have sprinkled it more throughout, whereas the other Lucy Foley book, I felt like you could put the puzzle pieces together. So now moving into my recommend category, there are a lot of books in this category and I'm excited to talk about these. So in no particular order, the first book that I recommend is The Whisper Man by Alex North. So this book is about a father and son. The son's mother has recently died, and so this father and son moved to a new town for a new start, where 20 years ago in this town there was a murderer dubbed the Whisper Man, and so now in present day in this small town, another little boy disappears, similar to how the Whisper Man would abduct children back in the day. So this book is a little bit creepy. It has some like nursery rhymes that it's on this front cover. It says, "If you leave the door half open, soon you'll hear the whispers spoken." And so if you're reading it at night, it can be a little bit creepy. I found this book really, really interesting because it was a mystery. Oh, who is the Whisper Man? Going into the police work of the detectives, trying to figure out the murders from back in the day and now, and also the connections of the father and son moving into this house and trying to figure out the history of this town. It was very fascinating to put all of the puzzle pieces together. I read it so quickly because I just needed to know what was happening and how the story was going to end. So definitely recommend. The next book on my recommend list is 13 by Steve Kavanaugh. As you can see from this front cover of the book, the serial killer is not on trial, but he's on the jury. And so for me, having one of my majors in college as legal studies, reading books about the law, fiction books about the law, it's so interesting because it goes through the whole trial process. And so this killer actually gets himself onto the jury, and the police start to realize that the person on trial, their suspect, might actually be innocent. I really liked this book because the big twist really rests on an assumption that you make. So the next book I recommend is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. So this book follows a psychotherapist who gets transferred into this institution where a famous woman named Alicia is, and Alicia supposedly murdered her husband, and after that murder happened, she has never spoken again, and so the psychotherapist comes in wanting to help Alicia to talk again, which I guess it's similar to the last book where this one also rests on an assumption which leads to the twist that happens at the end of the book. The next book I recommend is The Chain by Adrian McKinty. So this book is about like a secret organization called The Chain, where it's sort of like a Ponzi scheme or like an MLM where you have to keep recruiting people, and so that's how the chain keeps working, because parents, people, they will kidnap a child, and so the child of the main character here gets kidnapped in the first few pages, so it jumps right in. I love that, rather than having to read like 100 pages to actually get to where things are going. If your child gets kidnapped, you have to pay some kind of ransom fee, and you have to kidnap another child, and then by doing those things, then your kidnapped child will be let go. So you can see how the chain works. I thought that premise was really, really interesting. I honestly sort of wish this was longer. I would have loved more information about everything, and so I felt like maybe it was too short. So next up on my recommend is Stillhouse Lake by Rachel Caine. Mother and two children who are sort of on the run. They move around a lot because her husband was convicted of murdering women. Even though the wife did not get charged with anything, the people on the internet stalk her, try to find her, and they do think that she was actually more involved in the murders with her husband than the lawyers and police found out. And so in this new house that she just moved into, murders start to happen again, very, very similar to the murders that her husband did. So I really liked this book. You're really questioning, okay, the people that she's meeting in this town, the people that she's becoming friends with in this new area, are they trustworthy or are they not? The next book on my recommend list is Recursion by Blake Crouch. So this book is probably the most unique and different book that I've read thus far for the 16 books in this video, because this book brings in a lot of elements of like sci-fi, I guess you could say. So the premise of this book revolves around, in this time, they are really focusing science and research on time travel, basically, but it's not really time travel, it's using memories. So you can basically like travel back in time by thinking of a memory and then going back to that point in time based on a memory. People are having these memories of previous lives, but these lives haven't actually happened, and so it's creating a lot of mental health problems because people are remembering things that didn't actually happen in this timeline. I thought this book was just so unique and so interesting, and the whole like memory, time travel rhetoric was very fascinating, especially as one of my majors in college was cognitive science. So like learning about the brain and memories and stuff like that really related to this book. So the next book I recommend is My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. This book follows a husband and wife murder duo, and so in their town, to spice up their marriage even more, they start to pretend that their murders was actually a famous murderer from back in their childhood coming back to wreak havoc on the town. And then also, similar to a lot of these other thriller books, it has a big twist at the end. This book sort of reminds me of Gone Girl, where the husband and wife dynamics might not be as they seem. So I found it really interesting. I had to keep reading page turner to figure out what was going to happen. The next book I recommend is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. So this novel follows a wedding on this secluded island, and it goes through the different perspectives of a few main characters, and it switches through their perspectives to figure out, okay, why was a person murdered at the wedding? wedding, who actually was the person that was murdered at this wedding, and what was the reasoning for this murder. And so usually I'm not necessarily a big fan of the differing perspectives because sometimes I feel like it's hard to follow, but I thought this book did a really good job of the differing perspectives. All of the characters have some connection that while you're reading, you're figuring out. So I really liked this book. I thought it was so interesting and fascinating to see how all of the characters were connected. So the next book that I recommend is The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. This book is about sort of like a love triangle, but like not really. The main character's husband, they just got divorced, and now he is about to remarry. He's about to marry his assistant, and I feel like for this book I can't really say much more than that because it would honestly give away some of the plot. The inner cover, it says, when reading the book, you'll make many assumptions. You'll assume you're reading about the jealous ex-wife. You'll assume she's obsessed with her replacement. You'll assume you know the anatomy of the tangled love triangle. Assume nothing. So I thought it was written very well because, like, you're not supposed to assume anything. You think you're reading from one character's point of view, but it's not actually the character that you're thinking you're reading it from. The next book on my recommend list is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. So I was interested in reading this because it is a TV show on Peacock now. So I was like, okay, let's see, you know, the book and then we can watch the TV show and see how they compare. So for the plot of this book, you have a group of 5 students. They aren't necessarily friends or anything like that, but they get sent to detention one day, and one of the 5 students ends up having an allergic reaction and then dying in detention. So obviously that is very sketchy. The police get involved because the student that passes away had this online site where he would post secrets of his fellow classmates. So it basically goes through these students' backgrounds, their lives. Do they have the motive? Are they the killer of the student? And I really liked the character development in this book, and there's like a little love story in there as well. So now I need to go and watch the Peacock show to see all of the actors acting all of this out. I'm super excited to go and watch that. So the next book that I recommend is The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. And so this book also I feel like I can't really tell you too much about because it ruins the entire like plot and the plot twists. But basically this man and woman, they meet at an airport, and the man is unhappy with his marriage and he wants to get his wife murdered. At first you're like, oh, that's like, you know, just get a divorce kind of thing. Like, you don't need to go to those extremes. I definitely recommend it because you think that the book is going one way. The whole thing is going to be about this man and the woman meeting at the airport and coming up with this plan, but it's also split into different parts. So you really get to see a lot of the storyline. So finally, the last of the 16 books that I recommend is Layla by Colleen Hoover. This is actually my first Colleen Hoover book. This author is talked about so much online. I have some other Colleen Hoover books that I have like on the wait list for at the library, but I'm like literally person 50, person 100 to get them. So it's going to be a hot second until I can actually read those. But Layla, this is about a man and a woman. They fall in love. Later on, they go back to the place they met to like rekindle their relationship because they just went through a life or death event together. But at this lodge where they met, the man starts communicating with a ghost at the lodge, so it's a little bit weird there. So it follows that storyline. Will the man and the woman rekindle their relationship? Who is this ghost? What is the background story of this ghost? Will he choose the ghost over his girlfriend? A cute thriller love love story if that's a story that you're looking for. Those were the 16 books that I recommend and do not recommend that I have read recently. So definitely do leave a comment down below if you have any other books that I should check out, or if you have read any of these books that I have talked about. Did you like them? Did you not like them? Let me know your thoughts because I'm super interested. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Definitely give this video a big thumbs up to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.